The United States on Tuesday cut off more than $500 million in assistance to the insurgency-hit Sahel nation. Washington declared that Niger's military, who staged a coup on July 26 to overthrowing a democratic government, is seen as a key backward against Russia. The United States, along with West African nations and former colonial power France, had been pressing the military to restore President Mohamed Bazoum. "We're taking this action because over the last 2 months, we've exhausted all available avenues to preserve the constitutional order in Niger," a senior U.S. official added. The United States is keeping about 1,000 military personnel in Niger, but they are no longer actively training or assisting Niger forces, another U.S. official said. They will continue to work to monitor threats from jihadists. The French army move kicks off a complex and fraught process that Paris expects to be completed by the end of the year, drawing the curtain on another French anti-jihadist operation in Africa. "The first troops have left," the spokesman for the French Chief of Staff told AFP, confirming an announcement Monday by Niger's military leadership, which said the 1,400-strong French contingent would start leaving Tuesday. French soldiers withdrew from their bases with the first convoy to be escorted out by the country's post-coup regime in a direction of Chad, authorities in Niamey said. The troops based in Wallam have left their base today. These are the operations for the departure of the first ground convoy in the direction of Chad, escorted by our defense and security forces, Niger's new rulers, which took power at the end of July, said in a statement on national television. Earlier on Tuesday, an AFP journalist saw a convoy of soldiers with trucks transporting equipment and armored vehicles from western Niger arrive in the capital Niamey. A French defense source said a first group of soldiers considered a priority for evacuation for health or humanitarian reasons flew out of Niger on Monday. Niamey had spoken of convoys of troops being escorted out of the country overland by the Nigerian army, without saying where they would go. According to security sources, they're expected to head towards Chad over more than 1,600 kilometers, 1,000 miles, to the capital in N'Djamena, where French forces in the Sahel command are based. The withdrawal was expected to cause logistical headaches for the French, with few safe routes out of a region plagued by myriad jihadist groups. Niger's land borders with Benin and Nigeria have been closed since the coup. Niamey forbids French flights over its territory. In Niamey, with another 400 deployed at 2 forward bases in the northwest, near Mali and Burkina Faso, a hotbed of insurgent activity. It is the third time in 18 months that French troops have been sent packing by a former African colony, dealing a severe blow to France's influence on the continent and prestige on the international stage. France's ambassador to Niger was also given his marching orders by the leaders of the coup that toppled the French-backed president. Niamey's military rulers had labeled the announcement of France's diplomatic and troop withdrawals in September as a step towards the sovereignty of Niger. Mali and Burkina Faso, which have also undergone coups in the past 2 years, have also turned their backs on France, accusing it of a colonialist attitude and of failing to effectively combat jihadists. Mali has pivoted towards Moscow, bringing in mercenaries from the notorious Wagner Group. In Niger, anti-French demonstrators have also been seen waving Russian flags, scenes in stark contrast to rejoicing that greeted French troops in 2013 when they helped liberate northern Mali from Al-Qaeda-affiliated insurgents. Niger had in recent months been acting as a regional hub for French troops helping armies in the region fight Islamist insurgents. French President Emmanuel Macron initially attempted to keep his troops and ambassador in the country, but in late September gave in to pressure to bring them home after months of anti-French protests. France still insists that Bazoum's ousted government remains the sole legitimate authority.